destination full of surprises and excitement for travelers, not only because of its famous landmarks like the Great Wall or bustling cities like Beijing and Shanghai. This country holds remarkable stories, from its deep cultural heritage spanning thousands of years to unique customs and phenomena found in few other places. As you explore China, you'll discover that it's not just the breathtaking landscapes or diverse cuisine, but even the smallest details of life and culture that will spark your curiosity. Let's dive deeper into some of the strange yet fascinating aspects of China, such as how they use pandas in diplomacy or the special role geese play in guarding property. There's much more to uncover, including unique culinary customs, the story of the Dwarf Kingdom theme park, and distinctive policies regarding Tibet. China continually piques the curiosity of visitors, so join us on a journey to discover the most distinctive features of this country. Giant pandas and diplomatic strategy. China has used pandas as a tool of soft diplomacy since the 1950s, when they became diplomatic gifts to friendly nations. These pandas are not only symbols of peace and goodwill, but also cultural icons beloved around the world. Interestingly, all pandas globally, regardless of their location, are owned by China and are only borrowed under specific agreements, which often include contributions to scientific research and conservation. This policy has helped China establish strong diplomatic ties with countries like the US, Japan, and many European nations. Beyond diplomacy, pandas play a crucial role in biodiversity conservation and breeding programs, with the largest center located in Sichuan Province. The Dwarf Kingdom Theme Park. Located in Kunming, the Dwarf Kingdom amusement park draws attention as all employees are individuals with dwarfism. While the park provides employment opportunities for a marginalized group, it has faced mixed reactions, with some accusing it of perpetuating discrimination. However, many participants see it as a platform for self-empowerment and building a close-knit community. The park's employees not only handle services, but also perform artistic shows, including singing, dancing, and acrobatics, offering visitors a unique cultural experience in a special space. Despite criticism that the park exploits physical differences for profit, supporters argue that it gives individuals with dwarfism a chance for employment, independence, and a better quality of life. Guard geese, a substitute for guard dogs. In some rural areas of China, people choose geese instead of dogs for guarding. Geese are known for their sharp observation skills and loud calls that can alert owners to intruders or wild animals. With strong legs and painful pecks, geese can become formidable bodyguards. Additionally, geese are highly loyal and harder to bribe with food or friendly gestures compared to dogs. In some places, geese are even trained to work alongside police or military forces in security tasks. Using geese as guards is not only an interesting alternative, but also more cost-effective than keeping dogs, offering other benefits like egg and meat production. Unusual cuisine: boy eggs and their medicinal value. Tongzi Dan, or boy eggs, is a unique specialty in Dongyang, Zhejiang Province, China. These eggs are boiled in the urine of young boys who haven't reached puberty, a tradition that has existed for centuries. Locals believe that the dish helps reduce body heat, improves blood circulation, and treats joint-related ailments. Though this method of preparation may shock and be difficult for foreigners to accept, for locals, it is a long-standing tradition believed to hold medicinal value passed down through generations. The dish is typically served in the spring and is seen as a way to balance the body after a cold winter. However, the medicinal claims of boy eggs remain controversial and have yet to be proven by modern science. Reincarnation in Tibet and government control. Tibet is renowned for its system of lamas and the belief in the reincarnation of religious leaders, particularly the Dalai Lama. According to tradition, after a lama passes away, their soul is believed to be reborn in a new body, and disciples seek out the child showing signs of the reincarnated Lama. However, since 2007, China has enforced Decree No. 5, which requires all Lama reincarnations to be approved by the state. This has sparked strong opposition from the Tibetan Buddhist community and internationally, as many see the government's intervention as an infringement on religious freedom and a disruption to the process of identifying the next Dalai Lama. Experts suggest that China's policy aims to strengthen political control over Tibet, where movements for independence and religious freedom are ongoing. The meaning of colors in Chinese culture. Colors in China are not merely aesthetic elements but hold profound spiritual and cultural meanings. Red is seen as a symbol of luck, prosperity, and happiness. It appears everywhere during important events, such as weddings, the Lunar New Year, and store openings, in the form of lanterns, red envelopes, and traditional attire. Yellow symbolizes royalty, nobility, power, and prosperity, and only emperors and members of the royal family were permitted to wear yellow garments. In contrast, white is associated with mourning and death, typically worn during funerals or memorials. Black often represents authority, mystery, and intimidation, traditionally used in official clothing of ancient government officials. These symbols have been deeply ingrained in Chinese beliefs and consciousness over generations, creating a unique cultural value system. Gender imbalance crisis. China is currently facing a demographic crisis due to gender imbalance, mainly stemming from its one-child policy and the cultural preference for boys over girls. The one-child policy, implemented in 1979 to control population growth, led many families to prioritize having sons, resulting in selective abortions and a significant disparity in the number of boys compared to girls. According to statistics, China now has around 116 boys for every 100 girls, a figure far beyond the normal range. This imbalance has created not only difficulties in marriage for many men, but also societal problems like human trafficking, forced marriages, and gender-related crimes. The gender imbalance also affects family structures and the long-term sustainability of social development. Shengnu women and social pressure. In modern Chinese society, single women over 27 years old are often labeled as shengnu, or leftover women. Although most of these women are highly educated with stable careers and independent lives, they still face immense pressure from family and society to get married. Traditional beliefs hold that a woman is only considered successful if she gets married and has children, creating significant pressure on shengnu. Matchmaking events and marriage festivals have become common, with some families hiring matchmakers or using matchmaking services to help their daughters marry. Despite the rise of feminism and increasing numbers of women choosing to remain single, discrimination and societal expectations remain high, leading many women to feel compelled to abandon their careers to meet social standards of marriage. The Great Wall of China and Sticky Rice Secret. The Great Wall of China, one of the 7 wonders of the world, is not only impressive for its immense size, but also for its unique construction techniques. One of the secrets that have allowed this structure to endure for millennia is the mortar used to bind the bricks, made from a mixture of sticky rice and lime. Sticky rice is rich in amylopectin, a special glue-like substance that binds better than traditional mortar, helping the structure withstand harsh weather conditions and erosion over time. Thanks to the combination of ancient technology and the skills of builders, the Great Wall has survived wars, massive storms, and remains a symbol of the resilience and strength of the Chinese people. The Forbidden City, symbol of power and culture. Located in the heart of Beijing, the Forbidden City is the world's largest palace and was the residence of the Ming and Qing emperors for over 500 years. This structure not only symbolizes imperial power, but is also a massive cultural heritage of China. Covering an area of over 720,000 square meters, with 980 buildings and thousands of rooms, the Forbidden City was built with masterful architectural techniques and meticulous attention to detail. Every aspect of the palace's architecture holds feng shui significance, from the orientation of the buildings to the colors and materials used. The Forbidden City also houses priceless works of art, from paintings and porcelain to imperial treasures, serving as a treasure trove of Chinese culture. Today, it stands as one of the world's most famous tourist destinations, attracting millions of visitors each year to marvel at and learn about China's rich history. China's railway network and rapid development. China boasts the world's largest railway network, with over 146,000 kilometers of tracks, including high-speed rail lines. The high-speed rail system, known as the China Railway High Speed, CRH, has expanded at an astonishing rate in just a few decades. Today, China's high-speed trains can reach speeds of up to 350 kilometers per h, connecting major cities like Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, and Chongqing, significantly improving travel convenience. This network not only benefits transportation, but also plays a crucial role in regional economic development, bridging the gap between provinces and cities. In particular, new high-speed rail lines extending to rural areas have boosted tourism, trade, and improved the quality of life for people in remote regions. Record-breaking traffic jam. The 12-day-long traffic jam on the Beijing-Tibet Expressway, Highway 110, in August 2010, is one of the worst traffic events in history. Despite being only about 100 kilometers long, thousands of trucks and cars were stuck, unable to move due to road repairs, excessive vehicle congestion, and natural factors like heavy rain. Drivers were trapped for hours or even days, unable to move, causing severe disruptions in the supply of goods and services, especially food and fuel. This event not only highlighted poor traffic management, but also prompted the Chinese government to invest heavily in improving transportation infrastructure to keep up with the country's rapid economic and urbanization growth. People living in Yao Dong caves, preservation and development. The traditional Yao Dong cave houses are unique homes carved into hillsides in northern China, particularly in Shanxi and Shanxi provinces. Around 35 million people still live in these homes, taking advantage of natural insulation to stay warm in winter and cool in summer without consuming much energy. These cave houses have existed for thousands of years, becoming part of China's cultural heritage. Today, with modern development on the rise, the government and conservationists are working to protect Yao Dongs from fading away while modernizing them to meet contemporary living standards. Preservation projects focus not only on maintaining heritage, but also on creating sustainable development models based on traditional architecture, contributing to environmental protection and preserving national identity. Ping-pong and soccer, China's sports legacy. Although table tennis, known as ping-pong, originated in England, it has become China's national sport since the 1950s. After Mao Zedong declared that table tennis symbolized national unity and strength, it quickly developed into a source of pride for the Chinese people. Chinese table tennis players like Deng Yaping and Ma Long have won countless gold medals at the Olympics, maintaining China's dominance on the global stage. Meanwhile, modern soccer can trace its roots to the ancient game of kuju, an ancient sport dating back to the Han Dynasty that is considered the first form of soccer in the world. With rules similar to modern football, kuju had a significant influence on the development of sports in China, proving that the country played an important role in global sports history. While Chinese soccer has not yet reached the heights of table tennis, the government is investing heavily in its development, aiming to build a strong national team in the future. If you also love discovering fascinating things from all over the world, Don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button and become part of the Eagle Discovery community. Have you ever been to China and experienced its nightlife? A vibrant, mysterious, and sometimes unsettling world full of surprises that many people have never heard of. From deserted malls that come alive with secret parties to women-only nightclubs providing a safe haven amidst the chaos, there's so much more hidden beneath the neon lights and bars. In today's video, we're diving deep into the darker side of China's nightlife, things that will shock and intrigue you. You'll uncover eerie ghost malls, hidden speakeasies, and the haunting truth behind China's surveillance system. Whether you're seeking adventure or a fresh perspective, this journey into China's nightlife is sure to open your eyes. So, are you ready to discover the terrifying and fascinating reality of what happens after the sun sets in one of the world's most enigmatic countries? Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos. And now, let's dive into the surprises that await. The ghost malls of China awaken after dark. Imagine walking through a massive shopping mall, one of the largest in the world, only to find it completely deserted during the day. Welcome to China's ghost malls. Take the South China Mall in Dongguan, for instance. This colossal structure, spanning over 7.1 million square feet, was built to be a retail paradise, but it often sits eerily empty during daylight hours, with over 99% of its spaces unused. But here's where things get spooky. The scene flips entirely at night. As the sun sets, parts of these ghost malls spring to life. Pop-up stalls, street food vendors, and even underground parties transform the abandoned hallways into a vibrant nightlife hub. Imagine stumbling upon a rave or a bustling market in a place you'd expect only echoes. This unique blend of commerce and nightlife shows how adaptable people are in the face of China's fast-paced urban development, turning empty spaces into after-dark hotspots. Women-only nightclubs, a safe oasis in the chaos. In a city as fast-paced as Shanghai or Beijing, finding a place where women can let loose without worry is a rare gem. That's where women-only nightclubs come in. These exclusive spaces are designed to give women a place to relax, dance, and have fun without the usual nightlife hassles. You'll find everything from karaoke to live music, all aimed at creating a safe and enjoyable experience. Take Beijing's club Jing-A, where women pack the dance floors every weekend. More than 30% of nightlife venues in certain urban areas now offer women-only nights or are entirely female-focused, thanks to rising concerns about safety in traditional clubs. But these aren't just places to dance. They're a social and professional oasis too, offering workshops and networking events. It's a sign of how China is evolving to prioritize women's safety and enjoyment in a fun, empowering way. The surprising rise of Dama square dancing. When night falls, something unexpected happens in China's urban squares, a phenomenon called Dama square dancing. Picture middle-aged and elderly women gathering together to perform synchronized dances in public spaces. It may sound simple, but this trend has become a cultural powerhouse. With more than 100 million people participating, it's now a nightly ritual in cities across the country. This isn't just about dancing. It's a movement that creates a strong sense of community, particularly among older generations. The energetic music, a mix of traditional and modern tunes, brings life to public spaces, and the lively atmosphere often spills into surrounding areas. Sure, there are some complaints from younger folks about the noise, but Dama dancing is a symbol of unity, showing how these women reclaim public spaces and celebrate their vitality. The magical Pearl River night cruises. When darkness falls in Guangzhou, the Pearl River transforms into a shimmering wonderland of lights. Night cruises along the river offer a front-row seat to this stunning display. The Canton Tower, Haishinsha Island, and various skyscrapers illuminate the night, reflecting off the water and creating a mesmerizing experience. These cruises vary in mood, from peaceful dinner cruises to vibrant party boats with music and dancing. For around $30 to $100, depending on the package, you can embark on a journey that lets you witness Guangzhou's beauty in a whole new light. The riverbanks glow with neon-lit bridges and towers, making this a nighttime adventure like no other. Whether you're looking to meet new people or just enjoy the sights, the Pearl River Night Cruise is an unforgettable way to explore the city after dark. Beijing's hidden speakeasies. Uncover the secrets. While Beijing may be known for its historical landmarks, the city has a secret nightlife scene that few outsiders get to experience: its hidden speakeasies. These secret bars, often tucked behind unmarked doors or concealed in back alleys, offer a unique and exclusive vibe. Finding these hidden gems is half the fun. Once inside, you're transported to a cozy, intimate space, often filled with live music, eclectic decor, and handcrafted cocktails. It feels like stepping into another era, where mystery and elegance reign. One well-known speakeasy is Mao Mao Chong, which offers creative cocktails in a laid-back atmosphere. Whether you're a local or a visitor, discovering one of these hidden bars feels like you've unlocked a secret treasure, adding an adventurous twist to Beijing's nightlife. The booming LGBT+ nightlife scene. You might think of China as a conservative country, but when it comes to LGBTQ+ nightlife, some of its major cities will surprise you. In places like Shanghai and Beijing, the scene is not only alive, but thriving. For example, Shanghai boasts over 20 LGBTQ+ bars and clubs, providing an energetic space for people to express themselves freely. These are more than just spots to dance. They're communities that foster activism and support. Bars like Scarlet in Shanghai and The Glass in Beijing aren't just party places. They're safe spaces for LGBTQ+ individuals to embrace their identities. Events like drag shows and pride parties are common, making these spaces vital for spreading acceptance. A recent study even showed that around 70% of LGBTQ+ people feel more comfortable expressing themselves in these venues than in other parts of their daily lives. It's a shift that signals urban China is opening its arms to more diverse identities, step by step. The one-child policy's unexpected consequences. China's infamous one-child policy, which lasted from 1979 to 2015, was the most massive population control experiment the world has ever seen. The idea was simple: slow down the country's rapid population growth to maintain economic stability. But while it did reduce birth rates, the policy came with unexpected consequences. One of the most noticeable effects was the gender imbalance, as many families preferred having sons. This has led to millions more men than women, creating social issues even today. Additionally, the policy has left China with an aging population, as there aren't enough young people to care for the elderly. The enforcement of this policy was strict, with stories of forced abortions and sterilizations, which faced global criticism. Even though the policy ended in 2015, its effects are still very much alive in modern China, shaping the country's demographic landscape. Internet addiction boot camps. To combat rising internet addiction, China has taken a bold approach: military-style boot camps. These programs target young people who are glued to their screens, aiming to get them back on track. It's a strict regimen of physical exercises, psychological treatment, and limited digital access. Some camps push participants through 8-hour daily workouts, while others use cognitive behavioral therapy to address the root causes of their addiction. The idea isn't just to reduce screen time, but to instill discipline and improve mental health. However, the intense environment has raised eyebrows. Critics argue that the harsh methods may do more harm than good. Despite this, The boot camps are part of China's larger battle against what it considers a serious public health issue. The Great Wall's hidden role. We all know the Great Wall of China as a defensive barrier against invaders. But did you know it also served to keep citizens from leaving? Built across multiple dynasties, the wall wasn't just about keeping enemies out, it was also about control. During the Ming Dynasty, the Great Wall played a role in restricting the movement of people within the empire, especially during times of unrest. Watchtowers dotted along the wall not only spotted enemies, but also tracked citizens attempting to flee the country. So, while the Great Wall stood tall as a symbol of defense, it also represented the empire's grip on its people. The sock's capital of the world. Datong, located in China's Jiang province, has earned the quirky nickname Sock City. Why? This little area produces a whopping 1/3 of the world's socks. That's billions of pairs every single year. Since the 1980s, Datong has been at the heart of sock production, housing over 700 factories. These factories churn out around 200,000 pairs of socks daily, which adds up to nearly 73 million pairs a year. It's no wonder socks from this small region end up on feet across the globe, from the United States to Europe. So the next time you slip on a pair of socks, chances are they came from Datong. Ice cream's Chinese origins. Did you know that ice cream has its roots in ancient China? Yep. Around 2000 BC, Chinese chefs were already experimenting with frozen treats by mixing milk and rice, then packing the mixture in snow for a refreshing dessert. Though this early version of ice cream wasn't quite the creamy delight we enjoy today, it laid the foundation for the beloved dessert. Marco Polo is said to have introduced the idea to Europe after encountering it during his travels in China. By the 16th century, Europeans had perfected the treat, making it the sweet indulgence we all know and love. The largest high-speed rail network. China boasts the world's most extensive high-speed rail network, stretching over 26,000 miles. Built in just 2 decades, this network connects nearly every major city in the country, allowing passengers to travel between places like Beijing and Shanghai in just a few hours. But it's not only about speed. This rail system has had a massive impact on China's economy, facilitating the movement of millions of people and goods with incredible efficiency. It's a modern marvel that's a testament to China's engineering prowess and ability to turn massive ideas into reality. China's unmatched surveillance system. Ever felt like someone's always watching? Well, in China, that feeling is more than just paranoia. With millions of cameras spread across the country, China has become the most heavily surveilled society in the world. These cameras, equipped with advanced facial recognition technology and AI, are used to monitor everyday citizens. It's common to see surveillance cameras at every turn in cities like Beijing and Shanghai. While the government claims it's all about public safety and tracking down criminals, some people worry that this constant monitoring is a serious invasion of privacy. Imagine being watched everywhere you go. Yep, that's life in China. The grueling 996 work culture. If you think your 9 to 5 is tough, let me introduce you to the Shaoan 996 inches work culture in China. Workers, especially those in the tech industry, are expected to grind from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 6 days a week. Yeah, you heard that right. 72 hours a week. While some say it's a sign of dedication, others argue it's downright exhausting. Stories of burnout and even people collapsing from overwork are all too common. Still, the fierce competition in China's booming economy keeps the 996 inches culture alive. What would you do if you had to work that much? China's deep tea traditions. Did you know that tea is more than just a drink in China? It's an essential part of the culture that dates back thousands of years. From the lush fields of Yunnan to the hills of Fujian, China grows some of the world's finest teas. Whether it's green, black, oolong, or white tea, each variety holds a special place in Chinese traditions. Tea ceremonies, with their careful preparation and serving rituals, symbolize respect and mindfulness. When you visit China, make sure to soak in the tea culture, from vibrant tea markets to serene tea houses where people gather to relax and connect. The enduring legacy of Chinese medicine. China's approach to health has always been a balance of body, mind, and energy, thanks to its rich history of traditional Chinese medicine, TCM. Practices like acupuncture, herbal remedies, and Tai Chi are all about maintaining the body's vital energy, or qi. Even in today's modern world, TCM is still practiced alongside Western medicine in China. Many people trust herbal treatments for common ailments, and while some are skeptical, the holistic approach of TCM draws interest from both locals and curious visitors alike. Could you see yourself trying some ancient remedies? The legendary Silk Road. You've probably heard about the Silk Road in history class, but did you know China is reviving it? Once upon a time, this ancient trade route connected China to places as far as Europe, Africa, and the Middle East, spreading not only goods like silk and spices, but also knowledge and ideas. Today, China's Belt and Road Initiative aims to bring back the magic of this historic route through massive infrastructure projects. It's an ambitious plan that reflects China's desire to boost trade and foster global collaboration. What do you think? Could the new Silk Road live up to its legendary past? China's cashless society. Cash? What's that? In China, mobile payment apps like Alipay and WeChat Pay have taken over daily transactions. From street food to high-end shopping, you can pay for just about anything with your smartphone. The convenience is unbeatable, and even in small rural towns, mobile payments are the norm. China is racing toward becoming a fully cashless society, and the rest of the world is watching. So, if you ever visit China, just make sure your phone's charged, because that's all you'll need to pay. The world's biggest shopping event. Move over Black Friday. China's Singles' Day, celebrated on November 11th, is the biggest online shopping event on the planet. Originally a celebration of singlehood, it has transformed into a massive retail spectacle, with billions of dollars spent in just 24 hours. In 2020, Alibaba's sales hit a jaw-dropping $74 billion during Singles' Day. This shopping bonanza highlights the incredible buying power of Chinese consumers and their love for e-commerce. Could you imagine an entire day dedicated to shopping on that scale? China's Green Revolution. Despite being one of the world's largest polluters, China is working hard to clean up its act. The country is heavily investing in renewable energy sources like solar and wind power, and is now the leading producer of solar panels. China's commitment to reducing carbon emissions and embracing green technology is reshaping its energy landscape. Although the road to balancing economic growth with environmental sustainability is long, China's efforts are a big part of the global fight against climate change. Who knew China would become such a green powerhouse? Can you believe that in a remote land of Nepal, there exists a peculiar marriage tradition where women can marry not just one, but two or even more brothers within the same family? What seems like a scenario straight out of a fictional novel is actually a daily reality in the Tamang community, where polyandry has existed for generations. Jealousy has no place in these families, as the wife not only manages the household, but also acts as a bridge for emotional and economic ties between family members. What has allowed a society to accept and even thrive under such a shocking tradition? Before we begin, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and follow our channel, Eagle Discovery, to explore more exciting and fascinating content. Introduction to the Tamang community, where women have multiple husbands. At dizzying altitudes in the Himalayas, nestled between the majestic mountains and lush green valleys of Nepal, lies the unique Tamang community. This society stands out not only for its rich cultural heritage, but also for a rare marriage practice that sets it apart from most cultures around the world. Women can marry multiple husbands, often brothers within the same family. What's even more surprising is that, despite what one might expect, sharing a wife among brothers doesn't lead to jealousy or conflict. Instead, in Tamang society, the family lives harmoniously, supporting and helping one another in daily life. It is the strong family bonds and a deep sense of community that allow them to overcome any negative emotions, creating a unique harmony within their family structure. Though this practice might seem perplexing to the outside world, upon closer examination, it becomes evident that this is a creative solution to cope with the environmental and resource challenges in the harsh Himalayan region. Farmland is scarce here, and the custom of brothers sharing one wife ensures that the family's resources remain stable and undivided. It is a smart strategy to protect assets and grow together in a difficult environment. The Tamang tradition of polyandry also reflects a deep sense of responsibility and cooperation among family members. The relationship between brothers is not just one of marriage with the woman, but also a bond of unity in managing the household, raising children, and sharing economic responsibilities. The values of community and mutual respect have become the foundation upon which the Tamang society has survived and flourished through generations. What has allowed the Tamang society to persist and grow with such an unusual practice? How do they overcome the natural human emotions to live peacefully in a polyandrous household? These are the questions we will explore as we delve deeper into the culture and lifestyle of the Tamang community in this article. The journey from Tibet to Nepal, the formation of the Tamang people. The Tamang people have a long and storied history of migration. Thousands of years ago, their ancestors left Tibet and crossed the treacherous Himalayas in search of new lands. This journey was not just a geographical movement, but also brought with it the cultural values, beliefs, and way of life of ancient Tibetans. The Tamang gradually settled in the lush valleys of Nepal and developed into a sustainable community, living closely connected with the surrounding nature. Today, the Tamang primarily reside in regions bordering the Kathmandu Valley and along the Himalayan range, where they continue to uphold the traditional values passed down through the ages. Vibrant culture, Tamang music, dance, and spirituality. Tamang culture is a colorful tapestry woven with music, dance, and spiritual rituals. Music plays a central role in their lives, with traditional instruments like the damfu, a round drum symbolizing the moon, and the tungnya, a four-stringed instrument. Tamang music tells stories of love, mountain life, and their reverence for nature. Each melody carries a cultural memory, making listeners feel not just with their ears but with their hearts. One cannot overlook the famous cell dance with its rhythmic and graceful steps. This dance is not just part of festivals, but also a way for the Tamang to celebrate agricultural cycles and honor life. Through these lively dances, the Tamang pay tribute to their ancestors and their rich traditions. During festivals, the cell dance echoes throughout the villages, bringing with it the vibrant atmosphere of Tamang identity. Traditional clothing, a symbol of elegance and spirituality. The traditional attire of the Tamang people is one of the most important elements reflecting their cultural and spiritual values. Tamang men typically wear boto, a sleeveless vest made from thick fabric, paired with the Dora Sural outfit, which consists of a long coat and tight-fitting pants. This attire not only keeps them warm in cold climates, but also conveys elegance and dignity during important ceremonies. Tamang women wear gono, a long wraparound skirt, along with a cholo blouse featuring intricately embroidered collars, symbolizing grace and respect for tradition. They also use a long scarf called patara, often draped over their shoulders or heads, adding to their modest yet refined appearance. The embroidery on their clothing often depicts flowers, birds, or Buddhist symbols, which not only adds beauty, but is also believed to protect the wearer from evil spirits. Polyandry, a survival strategy in Tamang society. In many cultures, polyandry may be rare or even controversial, but for the Tamang, it is a strategic and intelligent practice that helps families maintain economic and social stability. This tradition stems from the harsh geographic conditions of the Himalayan region, where arable land is scarce, and resource management is essential for survival. In the steep, rugged hills where the Tamang live, land is incredibly limited. If it were divided among all the brothers in a family, each would end up with too little land to sustain themselves. By sharing a wife, Tamang families keep their property intact, ensuring that their resources remain productive and can support the entire household. This practice also boosts agricultural productivity since the brothers work together on shared land rather than dividing it and reducing efficiency. Beyond economic benefits, polyandry also helps manage population growth in a context where resources are scarce. By limiting the number of heirs in a family, the Tamang ensure that they do not face resource depletion in the future. This practice reflects the community's clever adaptation to the difficult natural environment. Maintaining a large family with multiple husbands creates a strong social support network. The brothers not only help each other with farming and managing the household, but also share the responsibilities of raising children and making important family decisions. This cooperation enables the Tamang to thrive despite the harsh conditions of their mountainous homeland, building a strong social system where each member plays a specific role and contributes to the family's overall well-being. Additionally, polyandry plays a key role in preserving family assets across generations. Instead of splitting land among many children, the property remains undivided and well-managed, ensuring that the family does not lose land or face economic difficulties. This is particularly crucial in a region where natural resources are limited and fiercely contested. The powerful role of women in Tamang society. In Tamang society, women do not merely play the role of wives, they are also the managers of households and assets. They actively participate in economic activities such as farming, animal husbandry, and handicrafts. Tamang women have the final say in important family and community matters, from agricultural production to social issues. This demonstrates the great respect and power women hold in Tamang society, which is a remarkable contrast to many other cultures where women's roles are often restricted. Handling jealousy and conflict, the key to family harmony. In polyandrous families, maintaining harmony and avoiding jealousy is crucial to ensuring stability. The Tamang have developed a value system based on cooperation and mutual respect. Open communication is encouraged among family members, and the overall well-being of the family is prioritized. Any conflicts that do arise are resolved gently, helping the family remain united and harmonious. Women, with their central role, act as the glue that holds everything together. They function as mediators, ensuring that relationships between husbands are well maintained. Through this, the Tamang create a strong and resilient family network, where each member plays an essential role in keeping the family stable. Relationships between brothers in polyandrous families. Unity and responsibility. In polyandrous families, the relationship between brothers is often extremely strong. Instead of seeing each other as competitors, they work together as partners in life. Brothers share responsibilities in managing assets, farming terraced fields, and caring for the family. This creates an environment that is not only economically stable, but also emotionally supportive, fostering solidarity and mutual assistance. The role of grandparents and uncles, pillars of wisdom and tradition. In Tamang society, the roles of grandparents and maternal uncles are vital in nurturing and protecting younger generations. Grandparents are not just elders in the family. They are keepers of tradition and pass down life experiences to their grandchildren. Maternal uncles often serve as mentors, protectors, and caregivers, reflecting the importance of kinship relationships and their influence in Tamang society. Buddhism and animism, a blend of spirituality and daily life. The Tamang people practice Buddhism, but their beliefs are also deeply intertwined with animistic and shamanistic rituals. These traditions reflect their close relationship with nature, where they believe that everything around them has a spirit and power. The blend of Buddhism and ancient beliefs creates a rich and profound spiritual life. Religious ceremonies are not merely rituals, but a way for the Tamang to maintain harmony with nature and balance between the physical and spiritual worlds. During major festivals like Losar, Tamang families gather to perform religious offerings and cultural activities, honoring the spiritual values they have preserved for generations. Langtang and Gosankunda, nature and spirituality in harmony. The Langtang Valley and Gosankunda Lake are two of the most remarkable places to explore the Tamang region. Langtang, often referred to as the Switzerland of Nepal, with its snow-covered peaks and lush green valleys, is one of the most scenic trekking routes in Nepal. It's a place where you can admire the breathtaking beauty of nature while interacting with Tamang people in their daily lives. Gosankunda Lake, located at an altitude of 4,380 meters, is a sacred lake of great religious significance to both Hindus and Buddhists. Every year, thousands of pilgrims journey here to participate in the Janai Purnima festival, praying and seeking spiritual peace. Gosankunda is not only a beautiful place, but also a symbol of the deep spiritual connection between the Tamang people and their natural surroundings. Tamang cuisine, the essence of mountain flavors. Tamang cuisine is rich in the flavors of the mountains, with traditional dishes that are both unique and symbolic. Chang, a fermented beverage made from corn, barley, or millet, is a popular drink during festivals and religious ceremonies. Thukpa, a hot noodle soup adapted from Tibetan cuisine, is essential during the cold winters. Another traditional dish, fumba, made from pig's blood, is an integral part of Tamang festivals and is believed to hold spiritual significance. These dishes are not just food, but cultural symbols, reflecting the craftsmanship of the Tamang people and their deep connection to nature. Terrace farming and animal husbandry, the economic backbone of the Tamang. One of the key agricultural techniques of the Tamang people is terrace farming. On the steep slopes of the Himalayas, they grow essential crops like corn, millet, and barley, staples that have sustained them for generations. In addition to farming, the Tamang are known for their skills in raising goats, sheep, and yaks, which provide meat, milk, and wool for warm clothing. Beyond farming and herding, the Tamang are also talented artisans. They use the natural resources around them, such as wood and animal fur, to create beautifully crafted products, reflecting their creativity and connection to their environment. Challenges and adaptation in modern society. Today, the Tamang are facing new challenges as the younger generation enters the world of education and modern employment. The shift in lifestyle, especially the decline of polyandry, indicates that Tamang society is evolving to adapt to modern realities. However, the core values of love for nature, community solidarity, and spiritual devotion continue to define their cultural identity. The future and legacy of the Tamang people. The Tamang people stand at a crossroads, where they must find a way to preserve their rich cultural heritage while adapting to the fast pace of modern life. With their strong sense of unity and pride in their roots, the Tamang will likely find a balance between maintaining tradition and facing the future. Their journey is a testament to human resilience and adaptability in the face of natural and social challenges. The Tamang's polyandrous marriage tradition not only surprises, but also challenges our conventional understanding of family and marriage. As the world modernizes, these practices still persist, serving as a living example of the cultural diversity of humanity. Will these ancient values continue to thrive, or will they fade in the face of societal change? Only time will tell. Welcome to Eagle Discovery, where we uncover the world's most intriguing mysteries. In this video, we'll explore Bhutan, a small yet enigmatic country. Have you ever heard of a place where happiness is valued more than wealth, where there are no traffic lights, no beggars, and crime is nearly non-existent? A place where love for your neighbors is not only accepted, but is part of the culture. Bhutan, a mysterious kingdom nestled in the Himalayas, is considered the happiest place on earth, where love and sexual freedom with female neighbors are celebrated as a part of everyday life. Bhutan, the land of happiness. Bhutan, a small kingdom in the Himalayas, is globally renowned as the happiest country in the world. Interestingly, this happiness isn't based on economic wealth, but on a unique measure known as gross national happiness. Unlike most countries that gauge success through gross domestic product, GDP, Bhutan measures success through the happiness and well-being of its people. According to a recent survey, over 93% of Bhutan's population considers themselves happy. Despite this, Bhutan ranks 95th out of 137 countries in the World Happiness Report, mainly due to its modest economic status, rather than a lack of satisfaction. The king of Bhutan once declared that gross national happiness is more important than gross domestic product. In Bhutan, free time is highly valued, with people engaging in simple pleasures like drinking tea, meditating, chanting, or gathering vegetables. Technology is not a priority here. The internet, television, and smartphones are not considered essential. The people live in harmony with nature, going to bed and rising with the sun. Even the latest tech gadgets don't capture much attention here. Another interesting aspect is how Bhutanese homes are built. They often use natural materials like stone, walnut wood, and clay, and houses are usually unlocked because crime is nearly non-existent. In Bhutan, you won't find beggars or homeless people. Anyone in need can knock on the king's door for assistance. The crime rate is astonishingly low, and Bhutan's commitment to nature is truly remarkable. They set a world record by planting 50,000 trees in just 1 hour. The government even established a Ministry of Happiness to ensure the satisfaction of its citizens. Unique marriage customs. In some parts of Bhutan, traditional relationships are vastly different from those in other countries. In a matriarchal society, women have the freedom to engage in relationships with multiple men, often brothers of their main husband. In this context, the concept of adultery as we know it doesn't really apply. Historically, Bhutanese culture hasn't emphasized formal marriage ceremonies. Couples in love would simply live together and raise children without necessarily getting married. Notably, in many cases, the husbands in a family are actually brothers, as marrying the eldest son traditionally means his brothers would also be considered her husbands. When a man marries, he moves into his wife's household, which contrasts with the more common practice where the wife moves into the husband's home. Inheritance also reflects the matriarchal nature of Bhutanese society, with daughters, especially the eldest, inheriting the family's wealth and assets. This practice highlights the high value placed on women in Bhutanese culture. Moreover, Bhutan's laws strongly protect women's rights. For instance, if a husband engages in any form of physical abuse, even a light slap, the wife can take legal action, potentially leading to the husband's immediate imprisonment. Divorce in Bhutan is also straightforward, requiring only a written agreement signed by both parties and a witness. While Bhutan has been transitioning towards monogamy in recent years, some rural areas still adhere to these traditional marriage practices. Unique cuisine. Bhutan, where 90% of dishes include butter and chili, is not just a seasoning but a vegetable, is present in almost every dish. Chili peppers are everywhere, whether fresh, dried, green, red, or even mixed with cheese, making Bhutanese cuisine spicier than most Western dishes, but less greasy than the food of neighboring China and India. Let's start with sak pea, a dish that combines dried beef, white chili peppers, and radish.
Let's start with sok
What
pea,
makes this
a
dish
dish
unique
that combines dried
is that the
beef,
chili is
white
used
chili
whole,
peppers,
delivering an
and radish.
unforgettable
Let's start with
spicy
sok
kick.
pea,
What makes this
a
dish
dish
if
that
you're a fan of
combines
salted
dried beef,
pork, you
white
might enjoy
chili peppers,
campa,
delivering an
but be
radish.
prepared. This dish also packs in plenty of dried chili peppers. Then there's emadachi, Bhutan's signature dish, where chili is not just an ingredient but a way of life, eaten at every meal, every day. Bhutanese people even dry their chili peppers and mold them into squares, creating a delicacy known as chogo, which can take up to 45 minutes to eat. Rice is a staple in Bhutan, but it's not the fluffy white rice you might be used to. Instead, Bhutanese rice is red and has a unique texture that can challenge the palate of the unaccustomed. Since rice farming in Bhutan occurs at an average altitude of over 10,000 feet, it's no wonder the grains are a bit tougher. The country's highest peak, Gangkar Puensum, towers at nearly 25,000 feet, making it one of the tallest unclimbed mountains in the world. Tea is another Bhutanese favorite, but it's far from ordinary. In Bhutan, tea is often served with a pinch of salt, pepper, and even a small spoonful of butter. This might surprise you, but it's quite common here. Additionally, each adult in Bhutan consumes nearly 9 liters of alcohol per year, well above the global average. However, on Tuesdays, known as Dry Day, the government prohibits the sale of alcohol, giving the nation a brief pause in its spirited consumption. Traditional attire. In Bhutan, traditional clothing isn't just reserved for ceremonies, it's part of everyday life. Men wear the go, and women don the kira, both featuring a large pocket in the front. This isn't just for aesthetics, it's practical too, as it can hold everything from a mobile phone to small personal items. If you visit Bhutan, you'll notice that all male tour guides wear the go, and when they enter fortresses, they must also don a white scarf, a requirement rather than just a fashion statement. Bhutanese people wear their traditional clothes to work, temples, offices, and formal events. For government employees, this attire is even more strictly enforced. Even school children wear traditional clothing daily. Here's something you might find surprising. Bhutan is one of the few places where you'll still see men wearing what might look like skirts, but are actually gos. Social status in Bhutan is also reflected in what you wear, particularly the color of the scarf draped over the left shoulder. For instance, a white scarf signifies a commoner, while a yellow scarf is reserved for nobles and monks. This unique blend of tradition, practicality, and cultural pride makes life in Bhutan truly fascinating and unlike anywhere else in the world. Bhutan's way of life, reflected in its traditional attire, also extends to its living conditions and economy, where simplicity and survival coexist, offering a glimpse into a way of life that challenges modern expectations. Living conditions and economy. Bhutan's economy may be modest, with the average annual income for a Bhutanese person being just around $1,400. To put that in perspective, this is about 1/3 of what the average person earns in Vietnam. The unemployment rate among Bhutanese youth hovers close to 30%, and around 1 in every 8 people lives below the poverty line. Interestingly, the Bhutanese lifestyle does not revolve around constant work. Many people here work only enough to meet their basic needs and make occasional trips to the local market. What might surprise you even more is that half of Bhutan's male population are monks residing in monasteries. Their daily routines involve tasks like cleaning, praying, and pouring holy water for both local devotees and international visitors. It's no wonder you won't find global giants like McDonald's or Starbucks in Bhutan. The country's unique way of life extends to its banking system, too. Bhutan does not have online banking services. Customers must visit the bank in person for any transactions. Additionally, Bhutan maintains only 3 embassies in its capital, Thimphu, relying heavily on India for international diplomatic relations. The Bhutanese currency, the ngultram, is tied to the Indian rupee, emphasizing the close economic ties between the two nations. This intriguing mix of ancient traditions and modern-day simplicity is what makes Bhutan a truly unique destination that captivates the world's imagination. Phallic worship in Bhutan. In Bhutan, the origins of phallic worship date back to the 15th century, and the teachings of a monk named Drukpa Kunli, famously known as the Divine Madman. Drukpa Kunli was anything but conventional. His teachings often used sexual themes and humor to challenge the strict religious norms of his time. He introduced the phallus as a symbol of fertility, protection, and a way to subvert societal expectations. Over time, this symbol became deeply rooted in Bhutanese culture, so much so that phallic symbols are now seen everywhere, painted on homes, carved into wooden sculptures, and even incorporated into religious ceremonies. What truly fascinates visitors is the striking contrast between the boldly sexual nature of these symbols and Bhutan's reputation as a modest and deeply spiritual society. These aren't just crude or simple drawings. They are often intricately decorated, sometimes depicted in the act of ejaculation, and can be found alongside images of dragons and other mythical beings. These symbols are believed to protect against evil spirits, bring good luck, and promote fertility. For tourists, this widespread acceptance and the seamless integration of such symbols into everyday Bhutanese life offer a unique and surprising window into the country's culture. One of the most popular tourist attractions is the Chimi Lahang Temple, also known as the Fertility Temple. Here, phallic symbols made from stone, bamboo, and ivory are used in rituals to bless couples struggling to conceive. The temple draws thousands of visitors each year, all eager to learn about the cultural and spiritual significance behind this unusual practice. The land of festivals. Bhutan is known for its vibrant and meaningful festivals, unlike anything you'll find elsewhere in the world. In a Bhutanese wedding, monks chant ancient mantras, creating a deep spiritual bond between the couple. But that's just the beginning. They also have a ritual known as the forest ceremony, where beer is offered to the gods. Once the sacred rituals are complete, the newlyweds share the remaining beer with their guests, marking the official start of their married life. Now, let's talk about Bhutan's national sport: archery. But this isn't your standard Olympic archery. In Bhutan, two teams face off, shooting arrows toward each other's targets while the atmosphere is alive with food, drink, singing, and dancing. The wives and fans of the archers have a playful role too. They try to distract the opposing team by teasing them, often with a beer in hand. When it comes to festivals, Bhutan takes things to a whole new level of color and meaning. The new year kicks off with a festival called Lhosar, where dancing is a central theme. During this festival, a special tray of dough balls with hidden fillings predicts your fortune for the year. If you find a chili, you're in for a talkative year. If it's something white like salt or rice, it signifies kindness. But if you come across black coal, it's a sign your heart might need some healing. Equally captivating is the Jomolhari Mountain Festival. At the stroke of midnight, a group of male dancers emerges wearing nothing but masks and loincloths. They perform a traditional dance believed to ward off evil spirits. And then there's the Chechu Festival, where the Cham dance takes center stage. Performed exclusively by men, this dance tells stories of morality and life, serving as a moving form of meditation for both the dancers and the audience. While Bhutan's vibrant festivals offer a window into its rich cultural tapestry, where tradition and spirituality come alive, the Black-Necked Crane Festival takes this connection a step further, intertwining cultural heritage with a profound dedication to environmental conservation that sets Bhutan apart on the global stage. The Black-Necked Crane Festival. One of the most remarkable events in Bhutan that has captivated global attention is the Black-Necked Crane Festival. This annual celebration, held on November 11th in the serene Phobjikha Valley, stands out not just for its cultural significance, but for its deep-rooted commitment to environmental conservation. The festival is timed to coincide with the arrival of the endangered black-necked cranes, which migrate from the vast Tibetan plateau to spend the winter months in Bhutan. What truly astonishes visitors is how seamlessly this festival weaves together spirituality, cultural heritage, and ecological awareness. In Bhutanese culture, these majestic cranes are not just seen as vital to the ecosystem, they are also revered as spiritual entities. Local traditions suggest that these birds embody the spirits of ancestors returning to bless the land, adding a layer of profound spiritual significance to the event. The festival is marked by a series of traditional performances, most notably the crane dance, where dancers beautifully mimic the elegant movements of the cranes. The celebration also features masked dances and songs that convey Buddhist teachings and local stories connected to cranes. These performances go beyond mere entertainment. They serve a crucial role in educating people about the urgent need to protect the natural habitats of these endangered birds, which face growing threats from human activity. In Bhutan, the Black-Necked Crane Festival is more than just a spectacle. It is a powerful statement about the nation's commitment to preserving both its cultural heritage and the environment, a lesson the rest of the world could learn from. Monastic retreats of 3 years, 3 months, and 3 days. In the mystical kingdom of Bhutan, there is a spiritual practice so intense and unique that it has captured the fascination of the entire world, dedicating not just days or months, but a full 3 years, 3 months, and 3 days to a monastic retreat known as Lomcho in Bhutanese Buddhism. This extraordinary commitment involves deep meditation, rigorous spiritual study, and complete isolation from the outside world. This tradition is rooted in the Drukpa Kagyu and Nyingma schools of Buddhism and is a profound demonstration of the pursuit of enlightenment. The number 3 holds deep spiritual significance in Buddhism, symbolizing various sacred principles. For more than 1,170 days, participants engage in an inner journey that requires an almost unimaginable level of dedication and discipline. Only a few hundred monks and nuns in Bhutan embark on these retreats at any given time, highlighting just how rare and demanding this path is. For many, especially in the West, this practice is a source of both admiration and amazement. It starkly contrasts with modern life, where productivity and social interaction often take center stage. These retreats offer a rare and profound insight into a way of life that values inner growth far above worldly achievements, challenging our conventional understanding of time and purpose. Intriguing prohibitions. Bhutan, with its unique way of life, has several intriguing prohibitions that might surprise you. To maintain peace and tranquility, don't mess with the local wildlife. In Bhutan, raising animals like chickens, cows, or sheep for meat is prohibited. If you want meat, it must be imported from neighboring India. This is largely due to the fact that 80% of Bhutan's population practices Buddhism, a religion deeply ingrained in their lives. They strictly adhere to the no-kill policy, even extending it to insects. Even bugs that crawl into your hotel room are safe. Hunting and fishing are also off-limits, with very few exceptions. Bhutan also says no to chemical fertilizers, so if you're after clean, pesticide-free vegetables, this is the place for you. The Bhutanese government once banned the import of vegetables from India after discovering harmful chemicals in some produce. The ban on poultry products, including eggs, further solidifies Bhutan's commitment to organic living. Bhutan didn't have access to television or the internet until 1999, when the ban was lifted, making Bhutan the last country in the world to introduce television. When the first TVs arrived, the people of Thimphu, Bhutan's capital, were mesmerized, spending hours glued to the screen, captivated by Indian movies. But with television came new challenges. Children started playing outside less, and incidents like a student breaking his arm while mimicking boxing moves seen on TV became more common. Bhutan is not just a land of peculiar customs and serene living. It's a place that makes us reflect on the true values of happiness. Is wealth and modern technology the only path to happiness? Or have we overlooked something more important? What if we slowed down, connected more with our communities, and found joy in the simple things like they do in Bhutan? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can continue exploring amazing places and learning from unique cultures around the world with Eagle Discovery. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you on our next exciting journey. Japan has long been recognized as a global leader, constantly exceeding expectations with its impressive progress in numerous fields. Its cultural richness stretches back centuries, shaping the modern world in countless ways. From the irresistible flavors of sushi and ramen to the awe-inspiring sights of Mount Fuji and Kyoto's ancient temples, Japan offers an experience for every traveler. But what really makes this country stand out is its unique ability to blend tradition with cutting-edge innovation, particularly in entertainment and technology. Japan has built an extraordinary reputation over the years, staying true to its time-honored customs while leading the world in technological advancements and pop culture trends. So, what makes Japan so special? Let's take a look at some of the standout aspects that make this country so captivating. One of Japan's most notable contributions to pop culture is its beloved mascots, known as Yoruchara. In 1998, NHK, Japan's national broadcasting organization, held a contest to create a character for their 10th anniversary. The result? Domo, a quirky brown creature that quickly became NHK's official mascot. This moment marked the beginning of Japan's fascination with mascots. Hello Kitty, another iconic figure, took on a key role in this cultural movement. In 2008, she was even named Japan's official tourism ambassador, showcasing just how influential these mascots can be, both domestically and internationally. But Japan's mascot culture doesn't end there. These characters have become an essential part of everyday life. Mascots represent communities, products, and events, adding a sense of identity and charm to each region. These lovable figures not only bring people together, but also play a crucial role in boosting tourism and regional economies. Mascots like Kumamon, the bear representing Kumamoto Prefecture, have generated enormous revenue for their regions, further proving that these cute characters are more than just a playful gimmick. They're a cultural phenomenon deeply woven into the fabric of Japanese society. The success of Domo and Hello Kitty set the stage for Japan's now deeply ingrained mascot culture, which has become a core part of daily life in Japan. These mascots, known as Yoruchara, go far beyond just being cute characters. They're a powerful cultural and economic force woven into the very fabric of Japanese society. Every one of Japan's 47 prefectures proudly boasts at least one mascot, with some regions, like Osaka, featuring an impressive array of over 40 mascots representing everything from local landmarks and events to regional products. These lovable figures aren't just designed to bring smiles. They carry significant emotional and economic value, acting as symbols of community pride and fostering a sense of regional identity. One standout example is Kumamon, the cheerful bear mascot from Kumamoto Prefecture. In just 2 years, Kumamon managed to generate a staggering additional $1 billion for the local economy, showcasing the incredible financial potential that mascots can unlock. Japan's obsession with cuteness, known as Kawaii, transcends age and appeals to both adults and children alike. The widespread embrace of yuruchara extends beyond just entertainment. They've become essential in various industries, from tourism and public relations to local product marketing. The love for these mascots is deeply rooted in Japan's emotional connection to non-human characters, which has its origins in ancient polytheistic beliefs and folklore. This historical link to spirits and gods embodied in animals and objects has laid the foundation for a culture where mascots aren't merely promotional tools, but are seen as representatives of communities and worthy causes. However, Japan's creative spirit doesn't end with mascots. Another uniquely Japanese art form is rice paddy art, where fields of rice are transformed into enormous living canvases. This fascinating practice involves planting different varieties and colors of rice in meticulously planned patterns to create breathtaking images right within the rice fields. The tradition began in 1993 in the village of Inakadate in Aomori Prefecture. Seeking to breathe new life into their small community and honor their 2000-year history of rice cultivation, the villagers took a simple rice field and turned it into an enormous work of art. Using 4 different types of rice, they crafted a giant picture behind the town hall, and the result was an overwhelming success. Visitors came from all over to marvel at this spectacular form of natural art. To give visitors a better view of the artwork, a special viewing platform was constructed, allowing people to appreciate the full scale of the designs. As the art form gained popularity, more and more tourists flocked to the small village. By 2006, over 200,000 visitors came to witness the rice paddy art for themselves. Inspired by Inakadate, other villages such as Yonezawa in Yamagata Prefecture soon followed suit, making rice paddy art a widespread phenomenon throughout Japan. Over the years, the designs have grown increasingly complex and varied, showcasing everything from Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa to traditional Japanese paintings, characters from Star Wars, and mythical creatures like the Yamata no Orochi. Every year, the residents of Inakadate come together in April to choose a design, plan the planting, and meticulously map out the details using computers to ensure accuracy. The entire process is a true community effort, showcasing the village's dedication to this unique art form. However, the art hasn't been without controversy. In 2008, a plan to include advertising logos in the artwork faced strong opposition from villagers, and as a result, the logos were removed. Despite the controversy, rice paddy art remains a testament to Japanese creativity, community spirit, and the deep connection between the people and their agricultural roots. If you ever find yourself in Japan during the rice growing season, make sure to visit one of these rice paddy fields to witness this extraordinary art form firsthand. It's a spectacular way to see the merging of creativity and tradition in Japan's countryside. What do you think about the idea of turning a simple rice field into a massive piece of art visible from above? Would you visit to see one of these intricate designs in person? Let us know in the comments below. In addition to Japan's rich creativity, the country is also known for its love hotels, or rabuho, which are a playful and unique part of its culture. These hotels, designed primarily for couples seeking short-term stays, emerged in the 1960s and have since become a notable feature of Japan's urban landscape. What makes them stand out is their emphasis on privacy, offering features like anonymous check-ins, themed rooms, and state-of-the-art amenities. Love hotels cater to various guests, from couples looking for a romantic escape to curious tourists, providing a private retreat in a country where personal space is often limited. The love hotel culture reflects Japan's focus on discretion and privacy, blending practicality with a touch of fun. While similar concepts exist elsewhere, Japan takes it to another level with creativity, convenience, and wide social acceptance. From rooms designed like space stations to tropical jungle themes, these hotels offer experiences that are as unique as they are imaginative. Equally intriguing are Japan's capsule hotels, offering budget-friendly accommodations in small, cozy pods about the size of a single bed. Equipped with essentials like a TV, air conditioning, and power outlets, these pods are stacked on top of each other with ladders or steps providing access to the upper levels. For privacy, each pod can be closed with a curtain or door, and shared facilities like showers, toilets, and free Wi-Fi are available. Some capsule hotels even offer extras like saunas or pools, making them a fun and affordable option for travelers. The concept of capsule hotels is highly economical, with nightly rates ranging from just $20 to $36. Initially popular among salarymen who missed the last train and needed a quick place to rest, these compact hotels have now gained widespread appeal among tourists and budget-conscious travelers. Many capsule hotels have introduced women-only floors or sections, catering to a broader range of guests. Offering a fun and affordable accommodation option, capsule hotels have grown in popularity far beyond Japan, now found in cities worldwide. When you first arrive in Japan, particularly in Tokyo, one of the most striking things is the sheer number of vending machines lining the streets. Japan boasts over 4 million vending machines, with around 2 million dedicated solely to beverages. What makes these machines fascinating is not just their ubiquity, but the incredible range of options they provide. Alongside typical drinks like water, coffee, and soda, you can find unique items such as sweet corn soup, shrimp broth, and even Indian curry. During winter, many machines switch to offering hot beverages and soups, perfect for warming up on chilly days. However, drinks aren't the only items these machines dispense. Many also offer snacks, frozen ramen, gyoza, and fresh fruits like bananas and apple slices. Recently, vending machines that combine both snacks and drinks have become increasingly popular, creating a convenient all-in-one stop for customers. You can even find machines selling cigarettes and alcoholic beverages, reflecting Japan's relatively high smoking rates. Interestingly, despite Japan's strict regulations on underage drinking and smoking, many vending machines for these products lack rigorous age verification measures. Vending machines are a perfect reflection of Japan's innovative spirit, offering convenience at nearly every corner. Whether you're in the middle of a busy city or out in the countryside, these machines are everywhere, making sure you can grab a